What's she got?
It's on my hat.
Just found a really cool shell. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe you guys might know. I don't usually see seashells in this. She sells seashells on the seashore. I don't usually see shells in the forest, like snail shells much, especially not in the pine forest. But that's one pretty looking shell there. Do you guys know? Any of you know what this might like? What kind of species of snail this might be? It's got lovely little patterns. It's like a maroon brown with some black lines on it, and a white tip. It's only small. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. So I don't know what that is, what type of snail. It's awesome though. So the forest that Dustin has here is actually kind of similar to mine, but it's a lovely forest. It's super, super dense. I think it was previously obviously a plantation where they're all so dense, but look how dark it gets through there. I maxed out on the camera settings as well, so everything's really dense, but there's also lots of deadfall around here, so it's very similar to my woodland where there's just so much, it's so kind of unmanaged, there's so much dead wood everywhere. So handy for us as we're making our raised beds now, which you guys are going to see in a minute. We'll show you those and explain what we're doing, what we're cooking, the plan for the night and everything like that. But it's going to be very dark in this woodland tonight. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a good one. Found a little mushroom. Is it meant to be a pine cone, the seed of a tree? We don't know. Let me know. It's kind of jaggedy. It's quite sappy. It smells quite sappy as well. We're not sure. It's near these cedar trees. There's little mushrooms around and everything as well. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of TA Outdoors. I'm here in a potentially familiar woodland to some of you. I'm with Dustin from westcountrybushcraft.co.uk. I have done videos with Dustin before. He showed me how to butcher a deer. There's a link to that video somewhere up here. It was age restricted and demonetized. So you need to have a YouTube account and you need to be signed in if you're going to be able to see it, and you need to be over 18. If you are, you can watch it up here. We also did an overnighter in Dustin's awesome bushcraft camp, which is over that way. We're in a different area of woodland, but it's kind of all the same woodland really, but we're in a different area. It's going to be an awesome episode. We've built some raised beds.
We have.
We're going to put up a tarp because it is forecasted to rain tonight. We're going to do an overnighter. Dustin has got his dog,
Amber.
Amber is here with us. We're going to talk a bit about Amber later as well. She's full of energy.
Full of energy.
She's already stolen Dustin's tarp bag, shredded the tarp bag.
Totally shredded it.
You've lost the sheath, haven't you?
I've lost the sheath for my axe.
It's been carnage. She's been a ball of fun though. Thanks so much for joining us on this episode. We hope you enjoy it. We're going to cook up some food, but next thing we need to do is get a fire pit going. Jax loves tree roots as well.
Does he?
Yeah, I don't know why. He just always sticks down and wants to pull the tree roots up. But he does it when it's similar to Amber. He does it when he doesn't get attention.
Yeah.
As soon as you don't give him attention, he's like, right, well, I'm going to do something naughty now.
Yep.
And like she had your glove and your axe sheet. Hey, play with me. Did you find it in the end of it? Is it gone? No.
Might find it.
It's like the start of a leather Tinder pouch. Circle.
Yeah, these are amber.
So you've got a mixture of fallow, roe.
There's roe, fallow, and seeker.
Wait, oh, you've got seeker as well?
Yeah.
That's
which
a
one is
fallow there.
I've got loads of hides that are in different stages of tanning.
Sure.
So when it comes to doing courses, you can then talk about the tanning process. So this one has been tanned, it just needs working now.
Yeah,
so
it felt quite tough, like when,
you can
when
see,
I picked that up.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
You see, as you pull it, it stretches it, pulls
yeah,
those
yeah.
fibres apart.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it a lot softer.
That turns it into the more supple stuff.
That's right. And you can even rub oil into it,
yeah,
and it will loosen up the leather.
Oh, okay. In old school today, guys, we've got sheep ones as well, sheepskin.
Sheepskins, fallow.
Look at that. We've got sheepskin, which we'll probably put on the top because we're going a bit rustic. We're going a bit old school for the night. We're literally just got the raised beds because we're late summer, so there's still quite a few bugs around. So we're raised up off the floor. We're going to string a tarp over the top, a camo tarp, because it is forecasted to rain later tonight. But we are going to be comfy sleeping on what we've got here.
We are.
That's looking good. Amber's got a bed in the middle, you can see just there.
Yeah,
Amber's here for the night with us as well. Told you it's going to be a good video, guys. You don't want to miss it. That's where. Here's the test. Oh, do you know that's so comfy? That is so comfy.
The sheepskin makes it,
yeah,
doesn't it?
Yeah, that is so comfy. You've got that sort of 1.5 inches, 2 inches of that sheepskin.
Yeah.
You cannot feel those logs at all. That's awesome.
Right, so it's time to get a fire going so we can cook up some food because we're getting pretty hungry after building this lovely camp. We've got lovely deer hides and sheepskins to keep us warm tonight. So, what are we going to do for fire lighting? We're going to use one of these things. They're called a fire piston. For those that don't know what a fire piston is, well, let me quickly tell you. A fire piston will create fire by compressing air. Yes, it really does work. If you think back to last time you had a flat tire on your bike, what do you do? Well, you get your pump out, you pump up your flat tire. What happens to the nozzle on the end of the pump? Remember, the nozzle on the end of the pump always gets really hot. If you haven't noticed it, get your pump out, put your finger over the end, pump it once or twice, and you'll notice the air will get really hot. Right, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to put some tinder in this. What tinder are we going to use? We're going to use these. So these are called cramp balls or King Alfred cakes. They grow on dead or struggling ash trees, and they're an absolutely great tinder. The way you use them is you carefully, so when you pick them off the tree, if they feel dry, then they're perfect to use, they're great to use. If they're wet or damp, you can either leave them and keep looking for a dry one, or wrap them in a tea towel or some paper and put them in the airing cupboard. So I've just pinched out a small section from the inside of here. I'm now going to place it into the fire piston. So remember, that tinder is going to go in here, and remember there's a rubber washer, so when I press it rapidly, the washer is going to trap the air will heat up just like a bicycle pump, and hopefully it will ignite our tinder. Might take a few attempts. Right, there is our little glowing ember. This won't go out in a hurry, so I'm going to place it right there. Remember, we've got loads more we can add to it if it does burn down, but we've definitely got a good few minutes. In the meantime, we need to create some of this, a nice tinder bundle. What I've used here is some cedar. In this woodland that I have down here in Somerset, we have loads of cedar trees. By peeling the inner fibres, the inner strands or the inner bark, you can end up with these lovely lengths of fibrous material. The way it's done, so here we are, we've got some bark, we've peeled it off a dead tree. I'm just going to crack it in half, split it in half, and you can see, just like that, I've just separated all of the inner fibres away from the outer fibres. And we do that again, and we end up with this. So to take it from this to that, I'll just bunch up a little bit more. So we've got some more here that we did a few minutes ago. So yeah, it does help. Maybe break it up a bit. Just shred it into a few long lengths. And now, we're going to take it from this to a nice tinder bundle, waiting for a glowing ember to be dropped straight into it. As you can see, the more you work it, the more fibrous it becomes. So I'm going to continue doing this. In the meantime, yep, that's not smouldering. That's not going out in a hurry. Smouldering nicely. Here we are. I think we've probably got enough. So let's place this tinder bundle down there. And let's take this slightly finer tinder bundle from earlier, from moments before we started this fire lighting. What I'm now going to do is just place these burning embers into this tinder bundle, and it doesn't hurt to add a bit more tinder. Remember, this is a natural fungus that grows on a tree. We're very close. And now we have a flame. And just to feed that tinder bundle, I'm just rolling the flame. So the flame's now on the bottom. I must admit, this tinder bundle does have a bit of moisture in it. That's amber barking away. So I'm going to place that there. I might need to blow it a little bit more. Let me talk you through these. This is the beginning stage of fire lighting. I've got my pencil leads. I'm just going to place my pencil leads over the top. What goes on top of the pencil leads? Well, the pencils. So now I'm going to carefully place them over the top. Remember, we might need to blow this again. Now I'm going to try and support my tower of pencils and pencil leads. Just roughly, just support them from falling over. And now it might need a little blow or two to get the flame going. And there we are. I think we have it. They're available to purchase at bushcrafttools.com, and they also come in three different colours. Silver, there's also the camo, and there's also the green.
So we've come out of the woodland that we were in. We're in a slightly different one. Dustin's camp is just here, and we're going to do a little something, get a bit bushcrafty again. But it's funny, it's so much lighter where we've come out into the open compared to that really dense woodland. It just shows, you know, it's only 20 past 5 at the moment, and yet in that woodland it feels like 9 PM. Sunset is probably already happening now, but it doesn't get dark till about 8:30 tonight. So I've got a camera light on the top of this camera, so we'll be able to film everything. So we're getting near that cooking stage. The grain on that.
Oh yeah, lovely.
That is really nice, isn't it?
Nice bit of wood.
Two pieces, or no, just one piece?
Just the one.
Beast of a blade. That's the katana boy, is it?
This is the, yeah.
Absolute beast. That we did some tests earlier with that, didn't we? And it was just insane.
It is. It's absolutely huge.
Cuts on the pull, these silky saws, don't they? On the pull stroke.
Look at that.
That is a beast.
Perfect.
Look at that. Dinner is served.
Fresh. As in, not fresh,
Yeah.
but that clean smell.
Yeah, it's nice. Well, you can see it's not rotten, is it?
It's not rotten at all. The beginning of our plate.
Nice.
So we'll have one each.
Awesome.
So this will be our Asian dipping sauce.
Oh, just explain what you put in that for the subscribers.
Right. So what we've put in, what's in here is sesame oil, along with soy sauce, a little bit of honey, some garlic, some chili, and some spring onion. There's a few more things it needs. A bit of ginger. So I'm just slicing this ginger quite thinly, and I'm going to try and gather it all up and try my hardest to make some very thin slithers.
I like how you're using a bushcraft knife for this and not a chefy sort of.
Not a chefy knife, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
you're going proper.
You have to use what you have, and I've just learnt to use what I have by making my bushcraft knife my everyday knife.
What is the knife? What knife is that?
This knife is an Enzo Trapper with D2 steel, and it's an absolutely brilliant knife.
Heard great things about the old Enzos. Reliable.
Very reliable. Really good knife. You can batten it on the top, and it won't dent it. It doesn't affect it. It's a really good knife.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the same knife we used when we butchered that deer.
Yes, we did. We used this knife and a Mora knife.
Exactly,
Mora,
yeah.
The new Mora knife.
The Garberg.
The Garberg, yeah. That's it. So here we are. We've added a little bit of ginger. So remember, this will be our dipping sauce. It will all be revealed a little bit later on. We've got some mini peppers, and these are just sweating. You can see, oh, just starting to heat up and sweat a bit there. And these are some nice corn on the cobs. We've skewered them on the sticks.
And what's in the old Dutch oven? We've got a great feast coming up, guys, just so you know, but we've got Dutch oven, and that was...
So in the Dutch oven there's some potatoes that have been sliced very thinly. What we want to do with these is, so they've been on there now for a few minutes, and we just want to parboil them. Yeah, we're in the nature, there might be a leaf or two.
That's right.
Welcome to the woods.
Exactly.
And we just want to make sure, yep, perfect, parboiled. You can see they don't even stick to the knife, they just fall straight off as you try and lift them up. We're going to get rid of the water, we're going to pour some oil onto the hot skillet when it's on over the flame, and then we're going to just fry these, lightly fry them in a bit of oil, and in the meantime prepare the other food, other ingredients. And I'll tell you what, I'm really hungry.
I'm excited, man.
Really hungry.
I'm getting flashbacks to our meat fest from last time.
The meat extravaganza.
Yeah. For those that don't remember, our absolute meat feast from last time, where we butchered a deer. Dustin showed me how to butcher a deer, and he cooked it up God knows how many ways. It was probably the most incredible wild food I think I've ever had. We've got all the recipes for that and everything. The video is here, and I'll pop it in the description below. But it was something else.
It really was, yeah.
Although we could be rivaling it today. We could be rivaling it.
We'll see, we'll see. We're taking it to Asia today. We're going for an Asian dish, bit of beef.
Yeah.
We're yet to make our utensils, being chopsticks.
Chopsticks, we're going full out here.
Hazel, and yeah.
Looking forward to it.
I really can't wait, I'm so hungry.
Let's do it.
Right, so we've got a nice bit of beef, nice rump steak. Give it a little pepper. A little bit of pepper on there. Flip her over. Ooh, this is a nice bit of meat.
Does look good. Oh yes. Look at that.
And then if you take another one, brilliant.
Bushcraft chopsticks coming up.
Chopsticks.
Just a meat feast every time I come and see you, Dustin.
It
It's
is.
just meat feast.
But I tell you what, we do have vegetables today,
Yeah.
so don't worry, you will be getting your greens.
Oh yes, all four of them.
All four of them. All three of them,
Three
thank
of
you very
them.
much. A little asparagus.
Brilliant.
Please excuse the presentation.
Oh, don't worry.
I don't work in a restaurant.
Yeah.
I do like cooking, and I do like the woodland.
You're a woodsman, mate.
But for me, if it tastes good, that's what counts. And now we finish off with.
Oh, look at this.
We've got a few chips. We'll make a mess on the floor as well.
That's right. 5-second rule.
A few chips. Let's get a few more on there. Let's put some on this pile.
This is living good in the woods right now.
So we've got lots of steak. We've got some chips. We've got some asparagus. Well, these aren't chips. I mean, I guess they're like pomme saute.
Yeah.
They're You could say they're a bit of a posher chip. We could have the corn on the cob, or we could just leave that until after this and then...
There's a sort of little dessert.
Yeah, that's right. And now we just want to slide a couple of these off. Look at them, they're lovely, they're cooked really well. And there we are.
Brilliant.
Slide that off. I'll probably spill it everywhere.
Doesn't matter, look at that.
There you are.
Oh.
Bit of dipping sauce, and guess what? There's free refills today. We're doing free refills.
Yes, I chose
There
the
you
right
are.
day.
Now, let's put a little bit of salt on it. A little bit of salt.
Oh man, I'm so hungry right now.
then-
This looks amazing. Dipping sauce right there, which you saw Dustin make earlier.
We have a little bit of sorry, not asparagus. A little bit of rocket salad. There we are, it's a little bit of rocket salad. I'll tell you what tastes really good on the rocket salad is a bit more.
Dipping sauce, bit of dressing.
Let's just put a bit on there.
This is too good.
There we are.
Oh, wow.
So,
Should we tuck in?
I think it's time to tuck in.
There we go, people. That is the feast. Look at this. Dustin has come up with the goods again. The camera battery light has died, so we're using a head torch at the moment. But you've seen the food, so you guys don't need to worry. Now we need to just taste it. Oh, that sauce smells incredible. I think it just went all over my knee as well, which is great.
Oh no.
I can smell it tomorrow.
And the ginger as well. You probably pay good money for this in a restaurant.
That is amazing.
We are really living the high life.
Mate, living good in the woods, I'm telling you. Every time I come here, I eat like a king. You guys need to check out some of Dustin's courses because he does this on a regular basis. He knows what he's doing. You've seen here what we're cooking. You know, I certainly don't like cook like this in the woods, but this is something else, man. This is something else. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming back.
It's just amazing right now. Life is good.
Just quick fry. Cooked medium rare.
That is, and we've got the rain pattering down on the tarp,
Yep.
but it's not bothering us. We've got the fire. Dustin's just stoked up the fire,
Okay.
so it's going good now. In fact, it's probably going to burn our pole, but we don't need it anymore. This is just awesome. Absolutely awesome. Like you say, you'd pay good money for this in a restaurant.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So we've cracked open a glass, or a bottle shall I say, I don't know where I put mine now, I think it's around here.
It might be around there.
So this is for the loyal fans that regularly watch TA Outdoors. Last time Dustin had made some Elderflower Cordial after our feast of venison. This is that same kind, well, a later batch of elderflower, isn't it?
Later batch, yeah, just before they went out of season. Managed to grab a batch, enough for a little brew.
So we've got, it's pretty much it's champagne, isn't it?
Pretty much.
He opened it, honestly, and it just went... It was like winning the F1.
It was, yeah. It shoots up in the air.
It tastes amazing as well. It tastes absolutely amazing. But, yeah, look at that. Even better than that is Dustin said, I've got a little gift for you. And he's given me the hide that we butchered together, that he taught me, off the deer that we butchered, the roe deer. So how cool is that as a gift? We've got the actual hide here. Dustin's tanned it. Just explain what you did for the tanning process quickly.
For the tanning process, it's quite a long process. I don't use brains. I tend to use alum and borax. Quite a long process. Maybe we should do a,
yeah.
In fact, we should do a video on it
Would
one
you
day.
guys like a video on tanning a deer hide? Because there's deer hides everywhere here in the camp at the moment. Dustin does it pretty regularly. He knows what he's doing. But let me know, would you like a video on it? Because I certainly would like to learn about it.
What I've done here as well is I've cut it down quite thin, so it makes a great liner for a hammock, and it doesn't sort of overhang. And yeah, you can easily roll it up.
Yeah, it's good. I thought that. It's nice and narrow, actually. It's kind of the width of the bottom of a backpack, so you could roll it up, like you say, and use it as like a bed roll almost as well.
Exactly. Bed roll, or when you're out camping.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
In a hammock, just sitting on the coast.
I was like a kid opening Christmas presents when Dustin gave me this. I was so chuffed. So, mate, thanks so much for that. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
And we have got the rain, it's here, but the tarp is up. We've got a 4x4 metre tarp. The
But
fire
it's lovely and warm.
Yeah, it's so warm that the fire we put perfectly there. It's now bouncing that heat. We've angled the tarp, it's bouncing all the heat back. And Amber's sleeping. Let me just show you Amber, show you guys Amber. After hours and hours of chasing around, there she is. And she's in prime spot. She's just stolen Dustin's seat. And yeah, she's loving life.
Yeah, she had a bit of steak as well.
Yeah, she did, yeah. She's having a meat sleep right now. Brilliant. We will clock in with you guys in a bit. Well, folks, we are going to call it a night. Bellies are full. Amber's stolen prime position there.
She's in my bed. I'm trying to get rid of her.
Dustin has
down there.
He has
This is
no
my
room.
bed.
No room. So we've got Amber's bed in between us. And actually, Amber's bed's probably bigger than ours, to be fair. But
Yeah.
still raining. But we will catch up with you guys in the morning. Probably cook up a bit more and get a cup of tea going. And just enjoy time in the woods. See you guys in the morning. Good morning, everyone. It is a fine, wet English morning. I slept well. Did you sleep well, Dustin?
Yeah, I slept really well, like an absolute baby.
Amber slept pretty well. She's now
She did.
she's now sniffing around down here, and we've been throwing a tennis ball for her and things. But this was our setup. So let me just spin the camera around. I'll show you. A tarp 4x4. Is it 4x4?
Yeah, it's a 4x4 DD tarp.
So we got the camo tarp there. The skins were amazing, weren't they, to sleep on?
Lovely and warm.
So nice.
Real nice padding.
Yeah, it
You
was.
don't get any lumpy, bumpy, knobbly bits in your back. It just took out. It took out all of that, made it nice, flat,
Yeah,
smooth, comforting,
it was
warm, lovely.
We've had a cup of tea. We had the kettle on. Now we've got a bit more of a cooking fire going, ready. Dustin's got something special coming up.
Yeah, we're gonna do. So for breakfast today, the breakfast menu is maybe another cup of tea with banana and chocolate pancakes.
Oh,
So we really are living the dream.
we seriously are. Yeah, we've had epic meal time last night, and now we're on to round 2, epic dessert time.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Might be a bit damp, but it rained loads.
The tarp did the job though. The tarp did the job. It kept
did.
the rain off.
Rain ran off. It didn't pool or anything.
Yeah, we tweaked it. I think it was my side. It was pooling, so we lowered one corner. And although it looks saggy, it did the job throughout the night, didn't it?
Oh, it did.
The rain got
Definitely
quite
did the
heavy
job.
last night at one point. But trust me, we've put these uprights here as well, just to keep the tarp, the tension on the ridge line. And yeah, it did the job. The rain just trickled off. We both slept pretty well. Amber's ready for her pancakes now.
Yeah. There's that pancake look.
Yeah, that is the pancake face. The pancake pout. She's a pretty girl.
She is.
What she really wants is this to be thrown.
Throw it. Oh, please throw it for me, please.
Find it.
Amber, where is it?
Find it.
Find it. Where? Find it. Go on. Find it. And she's off.
So explain to me what breed she is.
She's a fox red Labrador. So
Fox
you get
red.
you get several different types of Labrador, but she's a fox red. Many people haven't actually seen a fox red Labrador before. They are an old traditional hunting breed of Labrador. She's a working dog. In fact, she's half working dog, half lazy lab. Her father was a working dog, so he'd go out and shoot and retrieve. And then her mother, she was a bit of a house dog, where she would follow her owner around, the owner around all day, and just be a bit of a lazy dog. So we've actually got a lovely combination between a bit of a working dog. She loves a command. She's always waiting for you to tell her what to do or to give her a job. And then she's also a lovely house dog as well, and loves a cuddle. It's the best of both worlds.
She's super well natured, she really is. And last night she just stayed by us, didn't she, in between the fire?
She did, yeah. I mean, she's only a year old. In the past, when we've been out camping, overnighting in the woods, I've always tied her up, worried that she would run away. But last night I thought, you know what, you've always been so good, I'm not going to tie you up. And by tying her up, I mean, you know, we have like a 10-15 meter rope or a lead on her, and then so she can get under the tarp and she can get comfy and she's got her bed. But last night she slept under the shelter with us without running away at all. I mean, I was never really worried about her running away, because she is a bit of a mummy's girl or a daddy's girl. And all she wants to do is kind of be near you, and then especially if you've got the ball like now, she's just like, look.
The ball's just there, the ball.
Ball?
She's really sharp, really alert.
Yeah, she is. We should take her for a little walk after a tea and a pancake.
Yeah.
Little walk down to the lake, throw the ball in. Yeah, see if we can tire her out, because she's always full of energy. Look at that, she's waiting for a command. She's
very
waiting
good.
for you to do something.
She's very good. And last night you did the old steak trick.
Yeah,
she's
she knows
really
a few
patient.
tricks.
Yeah.
So yeah, trick-wise, she knows the sit down, lie down, paw, high five, but she also knows the roll. So you can get her to roll over. You can get her to balance a biscuit or a piece of steak, like last night, a piece of steak on her nose, and she's there.
She waits for it.
Waiting,
yeah.
and it's balancing on her nose until you give her the command, and then she flicks it in the air and catches it.
Should we get these pancakes going?
Do it. Right, well, we've made up a pancake mix in this plastic bottle. It's quite a thick mix. So I'm just going to pour it like this. Once we've got quite a thick pancake there, I'm now going to use this tool and just spread it around. And we'll leave that for a few minutes and give it a flip. It's a non-stick pan. These pans are really good. Remember, pancakes don't have to be round.
Not in the woods anyway.
Not in the woods. It's all in the flavour, it's all in the taste. So there we are, we're just going to leave that for a little bit. Place that there, get your mix, and then add an egg and some water, and just in the bottle, shake up. You don't need an electric mixer, you don't need a hand mixer. You just need something like a bottle to put it in. Give it 5 minutes of shaking it. We'll make sure the lid's on. 5 minutes of shaking it, and it turns into a lovely thickish batter, which is what you want for a pancake mix. And you can see here already it's starting to lift up. See there? It's starting to lift, look, non-stick, perfect. We need a little bit more colour. Then we're going to flip it and then add some chocolate and some banana.
Oh.
Stick a little bit more wood on, get a little bit more heat. We do have a few pancakes to get through this morning.
How many was there in that mix?
Oh, only 16.
16 pancakes, here we go.
Here we go, we've got loads of pancakes. Oh yeah, looking good.
It's looking amazing.
Add the banana, so I'll just add a bit of a line of banana. There we are. And then we just sprinkle on the top some nice chocolate. Dark chocolate, of course. Always the best.
Look at that. My mouth's drooling ready.
We give it a few minutes. I want to fold the sides in once we get a bit of colour to the sides. So underneath here. In the meantime, that can sit tight and warm up and melt. Start to melt. By the time we fold it, all the heat going in will warm up that banana, warm up the chocolate, and we'll end up biting into a lovely, soft, warm, banana-y, melted chocolatey, pancakey goodness. Put that there. And get this one. We're gonna just flip that over there. And there we are. There is our pancake.
Excited is an understatement right now. That's a proper breakfast, that is.
Yeah. Chocolate, banana, pancake. Oh, it's an absolute beast of a pancake.
Oh, that chocolate banana combo.
It reminds me of travelling in Thailand. We'd always buy these chocolate banana pancakes, even for breakfast.
Oh,
They just go down so well, any time of day.
any time of year as well, really.
Mm.
Winter, summer, spring, like great time. Great autumn actually would be a great time for pancakes, isn't it? An autumn morning.
I was thinking what we could have done was collected a few blackberries. Maybe made like a very simple blackberry jam. That could have gone over the top. Maybe as a replacement for the chocolate or banana. Or
Give it a
maybe
bit of
with it
sweetness
as well. A bit of sweetness.
Either way, it's great.
It's all about just trying to push yourself. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of the your normal routine of cooking the same food when you're out camping, and think, what do I like cooking at home? What do I like cooking? What do I like to eat when I go to a restaurant? Well, how can I mix the two? How can I bring the two together? Be a bit adventurous.
Yeah.
Push the boat out. Push yourself to the edge and try something different. It might work. It might not work. But when it does work, you really appreciate it. This beats porridge.
Yeah.
A dried porridge breakfast.
Like my little packet porridge that I have in the mornings.
For example. and like last night's steak, it was a bit over the top, but it was damn good. It tasted amazing, and it was better than a boring, what I find is quite boring, like a pasta or a boil in the bag.
Yeah.
That kind of food. Spend a few more pounds, a few more dollars, and really get some luxury food, and you will really appreciate it. Anyway,
It's good advice, guys. Good advice.
enough chatting. Back to my pancake.
Well, Dustin, thanks so much, mate.
No worries, bro.
Appreciate it. We've had some incredible food. It's been a really good overnighter. Obviously, we've had Amber with us, which has been awesome. And Dustin's right when he says about going out there and trying something different, trying to cook up something different. Use the same techniques that you do at home, but just apply it and adapt it, and come and cook over an open fire, because it really is something else.
Yeah.
And also, if you're interested in this kind of thing, go and check Dustin's courses out, westcountrybushcraft.co.uk, and the fire pistons that he was using earlier, bushcrafttools.com. He does some awesome skills and things on his courses as well. I highly recommend them. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I've certainly had fun. I've got a full belly.
It's been brilliant.
It's been brilliant.
Food's been great again.
It's been, food's been amazing. Really enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you took something away from this, maybe a few tips, maybe even a few cooking tips and a few recipes. I'll definitely be back here with Dustin. We're going to come back. I'll probably come back in a few weeks' time. We've got some really good ideas for the channel. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and don't forget TA Outdoors merchandise as well if you'd like to support the channel. Link in the description.